What's up, bro babes? What's up, my bro babes? So for today's video, so this is gonna be, I guess, my origin story. This is gonna be about like my upbringing. I have talked to like a few people about like me being adopted, a little bit about like my adoption process and all of that. So I just wanted to make a video. This is literally my first ever video. I've never really talked about it online because it's always awkward. It's mad awkward. It's always awkward. Okay, so let me just get down to the nitty and gritty, y'all. I'm currently 23 years old. I was adopted when I guess I officially got adopted when I was in kindergarten, so I was probably 4 or 5 years old. Before that, I was born December 29, 2001. So, okay, I was born with like 5 other kids, so I'm the baby of my family. I was the last kid that was born into this fucking crazy ass house. Apparently, I'm the only one that is fatherless. But this is just for me. I'm not going to tell my siblings' side of their story because it's their story. This is my story. When she was pregnant with me, apparently she was like doing cocaine and stuff, like the hard stuff. I had drugs in my system. I was prematurely born. And I was born like 2 months before. So I was originally supposed to be born in like February. So I was in the NICU. I had to stay there because of, you know, the drugs in my system and being premature. Like, duh, I better be in that thing. Did have some deficits. I had like a slow dragging leg. So when I used to run funny because of that. And it's so weird because my family, they would make fun of that. And I'm like, y'all, I literally could have fucking died. What is funny? Outside of that, I don't know how it was up until like I got adopted. I just remember like my brother, my second oldest brother used to have to like take care of us and like feed us sugar water bottles and stuff. I don't know how true that is, y'all. Don't quote me on that, but this is what I was told. So I was in foster care with my second youngest sister. We were in foster care together. The other 2 sisters were in foster care together. And then my first brother was in foster care. And then my second brother was with my mom that adopted us because his dad, catch up, y'all, catch up, keep up. My second brother's dad is my adoptive mom nephew. Okay, yeah, nephew. So that's how it worked out for him. So my second brother was already in this, like, he was already in that family before we all got adopted. We had a big little adoption party. So I used to live in Duncanville. Then we moved. This was all before we actually got adopted. So we were like with my adoptive parents. Like we kind of just lived in a house, and then we moved to like Cedar Hill, Texas. And that's where I stayed my entire 18 years of living. Moved to Cedar Hill, and in kindergarten is when I officially got adopted. I won't tell y'all my birth name because it's fucking ugly. I won't tell y'all that, but my name now is Rollins. What do y'all think my name was before? So I got adopted in kindergarten. It was all peaches and creams, you know, like I'm not trying to shit on adoption or anything like that, but let's just be real. People that be getting adopted, it's not all peaches and fucking cream when you get in that household. Because of course, like, because I had deficits and my brother had like some psychological issues and my siblings, like we all pretty were like fucked up. Like, let's be real. We were all pretty fucked up. We didn't go through things that were too traumatic to where we couldn't get over it, but we definitely have some psychological issues. So, and when you're in the adoptive process, you have to naturally go ahead and get counseling. So I was doing counseling as a kid. Didn't even know what I was talking about half the time because I'm a kid. Like, I'm not really focused on anything like that. I'm there to just randomly talk to this counselor, and that was it. So I was just there in counseling for that purpose because, you know, they're trying to make sure that we're okay psychologically. And clearly we were fucked up still. But, you know, I found that out later that my adoptive mom was like, oh, the counselor was like, y'all are always going to have like some psychological issues. always gonna have some psychological issues that y'all never be able to like cure or get over. And that's all she needs to say, because I used to blame myself for so many things when I'm like, low key, it's not even my fault. Y'all just ain't give me real help. Once we started like getting a little bit older, and I would say once the counselor stopped showing up, this is when things kind of like took a little dark turn. And I don't know if this happens in every adoptive household, but I feel like in our house, it was dark. It was like a fucking dark ass cloud around the fucking house all the time. Like, there was good moments. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it was just so bad, like to where I couldn't bear living there. But there was so many moments where me and my sisters were like, okay, we're going to make this plan. We're going to run away. We've maybe made that plan like a good 10 times living in that house. And that just goes to show like the mental abuse that was taking place in the household. So some people don't know this, but like other adoptive kids might have experienced this. But when you're adopted, there's that potential for someone to say, we didn't have to adopt you. We didn't have to get y'all. We didn't have to do this or that. And that is what was being said throughout our years of living there. And it's like, y'all didn't, but y'all chose to. So are you telling us that we just have to automatically be grateful because y'all chose to? That doesn't work. That's not the real world at all. That's like saying you gave me $1 million and I'm just supposed to kiss your ass. That does not mean anything. You gave me that because you wanted to give me that. But that doesn't mean I have to change who I am because you gave me something, Say I was probably the least person to like be abused physically. There was like a lot of whoopings for like nonsense, like whoopings for like going in the pantry and getting cookies out of the fucking cabinet because we were hungry. Whoopings because we lost our key. It was so many things that I feel like were unnecessary reasons to get a whooping behind that I would never do if I had kids. A lot of us were like negatively talked to. A lot of the things, I'm not going to say all of it was my mom, but my mom's best friend lived with us throughout that time. She was there throughout the whole adoption process. My dad was not really there in the moment because I think he was really there just for the adoption and all of that. But my mom always worked, so it was mainly my aunt there constantly. So she would always just get on us about small things, like literally small things. She would say my sister is going to be a prostitute. She kept always calling me dumb. She kept saying my brother is going to be in prison and all of these crazy things that you should never be saying to a fucking child. You know what I'm saying? Had to go through that our entire lives there. The physical, mental, psychological abuse that we had to go through. And I'm so glad like I am where I'm at in my life right now because other people have taken different turns when it comes to my siblings. So, we had to witness that. There was like this one day, I was in 8th grade, and this is like my final straw because I love laughing. I love being happy, and I love just being myself. So getting me to a point where I have to scream at you or I feel like putting my hands on you and you're bigger than me is a whole different other side of me. It was one day where I was washing dishes, y'all, and she threw all of the fucking dishes back in the sink because I didn't wash my hands before I went to go put them up. Now think to yourselves, is that a fucking real reason to have an attitude? Like, seriously, she dumped all of those dishes back in the water for me to rewash them after I just came home from school. I just finished my homework. I just ate my snack, and I was about to put those dishes up. Yeah, that was my breaking point. And I had a lot of moments I could have fucking spazzed out on these people, but that was my breaking point. I literally, like, started yelling at her in her face. I'm like, da, 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 you always be picking on me. You always be picking on me. Because I felt like that in my spirit and my soul, y'all. She always picked on me and my other sister. I don't know what she had it out for us for, but she used to pick on me all the time, like little things. And then she used to be, and this is why, like, when people give me stuff, I don't get too happy about it. I really don't. When people do things for me, I don't get too happy about it. Because I'm like, okay, thank you, but that's it. It could be she just whooped my ass and then she will get me some food and expect me to be talking to her. But I learned how to fake it. And that's why I hate this so much. Because in my adult years, I've learned how to fake so much. To where I don't even know if I'm even being authentic sometimes. Because I had to fake so much in that house and be nice to people that were being shitty towards me. And I hate that. But that wasn't just one time that I've even said my piece about anything. It was another day. I was chilling. I was at the table. We just had dinner. And then my mom comes to the table. I think she was talking. I had told my aunt previously. I was like, I don't think me and mommy really has a bond. That's me truthfully speaking. You know, that's me. Like, any parent would be like, why do you feel like we don't have a bond? You know, like a genuine ass question. No, when you have fucking crazy ass people living with you, they take it as, let me be evil. Let me be fucking evil. I was like, I don't think we have a bond with each other, and that's just truthfully speaking. I feel like you do things for me, but that's it. And that's still how I feel to this day. It's never changed. It has never changed. So when I told her I don't think we have a bond with each other, she fucking spazzed out on me, talking about, okay, now I'm not going to pay for your braces. I'm going to pay for your sister's braces, but I'm not going to pay for your braces since you think we don't have a bond. And since you think we don't have a bond, I'm not going to do this and that, X, Y, Z for you. I was like, okay. If that's what it's gonna be, that's fine, because it's not gonna change anything. At the end of the fucking day, it's not gonna change. And I just recently cut my mom off this fucking year. I cut my mom off this year because I was like, you don't try to be in my life. When my brother passed away in 2022, she was not there for me. I checked up on her. She didn't check up on me. We've all had bad experiences. Like, there were good moments, but there was a lot of like pitting each other against each other, pitting us against each other. You know, there was like, your sister's doing this, but you're acting like a hoe. You're being fast. You're gonna be pregnant by the, it's a lot of like negativity. Like, they wanted us to do bad, and then when we did bad things that they considered was super bad, it was, y'all are ungrateful kids. We didn't have to adopt y'all. We could adopt some other kids that would be happy to live in this fucking house. I have to unlearn so much about myself. I have to stop giving a fuck about opinions, because all they did was throw all of their opinions and project it so much on us that half of us don't even know who we really are. And we're having to relearn those things. I'm 23 years old. That all happened for 18 years. And this is a watered down version of what I've gone through specifically, because there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot. Like, getting my hair pulled, being dragged at a young age, my sister being beat with water hose, bruises fucking everywhere, me being beat with a hanger, my sister being beat with a twitch from outside. This is not the fucking 70s. Beating somebody with a fucking twitch from outside is mad crazy. Not having real love. That's why I always tell people I don't know what love is. I know that people do things for me, but that's not love. That's just you doing something for me. I'm grateful for everything that they gave me. What I don't understand is the beatings. What I don't understand is the negative self-talk. The going behind my back after I'm being vulnerable and open to you, and going back and telling someone that is being abusive towards me the things that I tell you. I wash my hands with them. But yeah, that is all, y'all. I'm gonna have to go into depth a little bit about some more things, but this is just a quick like little adoption story. What I endured a little bit as a child and how it kind of affected me a little bit. I am going to talk more about like my mommy issues. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to do like a whole story time and while I'm cooking or something about like my mommy issues, because that's a little long video. I'm out with this video, bro babes, and I can't wait to see y'all in the next one. Before I let you go, can I get a kiss tonight, babe? Before